5, 4. No, we start.
No, we're on. We're here.
Hilarious. Hilarious.
Hello, and welcome to Do the Right Thing, Total Agony. I'm producer Ben. I've got a script there. I need to move my computer over. I'm producer Ben, and with me trying to do the right thing today. Up above, it's Michael. No.
No, Michael's right. We haven't been introduced, Ben,
Smith.
and it is Michael.
And to my side, it is special guest, Mr. David Reed. Hi, Dave.
Hello.
Hi, Dave.
Hey.
Hi, Dave.
I'm getting worse at these starts.
No, you're
how's everyone
perfect.
doing?
I think you're being
It's a
very
great
brave.
opening line, though, Ben. Yeah.
Dead
Ben,
air!
we're waiting for you.
Dead air!
Yeah.
That is a brilliant thing to shout to cover dead air.
Ah! Aren't you saying anything? Look at you, you gormless twat! Say something!
Me?
No!
Yeah.
Fucking Danielle! She would have said something.
How is
You
everyone
said
doing?
something. It would have been, yeah, really well.
Really good.
Dave, is Danielle alive?
Yes. Yes.
But that's all you're going to say.
She's definitely alive. You needn't worry. She's alive.
Okay.
Right.
Might she creep across the back this evening?
I don't know actually. No, she's probably gone to bed.
Oh, well.
Oh.
Sure.
She's a very busy lady.
Understand.
So she's told me.
Hence
in a
her
written
going
statement.
to bed.
Yeah, very busy. Very busy going.
Oh, my husband's always giving me written statements.
Is he?
It's not fun.
How's
Well, I
everyone
had this amazing thing. Sorry, can I just tell my story?
Yes.
I had this amazing thing where I found a piece of folded up paper in the bedroom that had his handwriting on it, and I picked it up and I didn't think anything of it, but the phrase that caught my eye said, "I will always defend you, Margaret, always. But I think I speak for the majority." At which point I completely freaked out and took it to him and said, "What's that?" And he looked at it and he said, "Oh, that was when I went up to audition for the part of Norman Lamont." And he'd written out his lines that he had to learn. But I can't tell you how awful it is to have the sort of, and I speak for the majority. Just about
Did you think it
by
was
your partner.
an intervention, or that he was breaking up with you with a group?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I thought he was going to tell me that something about my behaviour was unacceptable. And that's just not very him either, to speak for a majority on anything. Anyway.
I'm baffled as to
So
what's
very
going
relieved.
on.
That's a good
Right.
state to be in. How's everyone enjoying the virus?
Oh, brilliant.
I might have it. I've got a terrible cough.
This could be your final show.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
that's the spirit, Ben.
thanks, guys.
That's it. Well, I haven't got it, but I'm really enjoying that social distancing means that we get to meet so many more people these days. Like just leaving the house and there was thousands of people fucking everywhere. It was not fucking everywhere, not all of them were, but more than enough, I would have said.
Are there people fucking in Lewisham?
Oh, listen, there's so little else to do, and that's always been last on our list of things to do, is to fuck anyone from Lewisham. So there's not, there's not a lot of babies being born around here because of, how horrible we all are. But at the moment, due to just boredom, can't stop it.
Yes. Yeah, I think I did see that the Prime Minister said that one of the things on the list that they were relaxing was public fucking in Lewisham. I think they underestimated how important that was to the people of Lewisham.
How are people behaving?
What about you, Dave? You've had it, haven't you? Sorry.
Yeah, spread my medical history all over the internet, Margaret. Yeah, no, I've had it. I think. I mean, obviously there are no tests in our country because that would be preposterous. But no, I had the sort of the coffee thing for 4.5 weeks, which is a long time, as did we all. And so we're sort of working on the assumption that we've all had it, but it's who knows? Who knows? Still, would rather not see anybody. As you say, when I walk the dog, it's a festival out there. There's so many more people than there would be on a normal day walking a dog. You can't.
Even pre-lockdown.
Yeah, you can't move. It used
There's
to be
more people now.
We'd walk past one person maybe, and now it's there's 40 people out there every single day. But hey, what else is there to do apart from watch this?
Oh dear.
Those are the alternatives, aren't they?
That's just everyone run outside now. Well, shall we get on with it?
No, let's talk about this. Like, what are the fun things? What are the fun things that you do to sort of make everything a bit more exciting? My favourite fun thing is watching a delivery driver go from the shop to my house on the app. And I'll be honest with you.
Oh, I thought you meant you were out there filming him.
No, I wish. No. But part of me watches it. I'm not saying I'm hoping he has an accident, but just in case, and it'll make things a bit more exciting. When look, probably all my sherry spilt out into the road.
Is it like a video?
No, you just go, the blip stopped near that bollard for a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
And then eventually just a little black cross comes over.
Yeah. So it's the ghost from Pac-Man.
And the ghost goes up.
With him.
Yeah. Nice reference.
Woo! Yes. So that's what I do to try and keep busy. Is order a load of booze from shops and then watch the cyclist.
And has it happened yet?
Go wrong.
Or is it the anticipation that it might?
No, it hasn't happened yet, Ben, which means I have to keep ordering alcohol all the time. So I will do that in a minute. Yeah.
I've got a thing here saying the next thing in my script is to plug everyone's stuff, but I'm not sure it's the time yet. So I'm gonna move on to the first problem, unless only because I know it's an absolute monster of a problem, and hopefully it's one that might transport us away from coronavirus for a short, brief while. Yeah. Imagine life how it used to be.
This is much more important than the coronavirus.
Go for it, Margaret.
Dear Agony Aunt, I've been happily married for 10 years. However, the relationship with his parents is strained. They own a number of mouse figurines and have given each one a detailed character profile and backstory. They are considered as members of the family. For example, a giant papier-mâché mouse called Timothy is regarded as my in-laws' grandchild. What unsettles me is that my in-laws constantly talk as their figurines in high-pitched, squeaky voices. For instance, my husband's father will squeakingly say, "My tummy hurts, I am hungry," while wiggling a mouse plushie in my face. I'm then expected to answer the mouse and get it, not him, something to eat. They do this constantly. His parents have gifted me mouse figurines on several occasions, but I have always refused to join in. I understand that it's probably them welcoming me into the family, but I'm just too creeped out by it. Today, things escalated when we announced that I am pregnant. My father-in-law replied that it would be wonderful to soon have 2 grandchildren. By the first, he meant Timothy. For the first time, I got angry and said that my child wasn't comparable to a papier-mâché mouse. They got very angry, and I got screamed at by Timothy for disrespecting him. He called me stupid. Oh, that's a low point, isn't it? Instead of supporting me, my husband stayed quiet and later told me that many people's stuffed animals talk and that he can't understand how I'm so intolerant. To be fair, he does try to avoid talking as a mouse because he knows how much it bothers me, but he still occasionally does it with his parents. I am very family oriented and have always tried hard to build a bond with my in-laws, but now I'm scared they will do this to my child and make them feel unloved. What should I do? Press the issue or accept the situation and avoid them as much as possible? How should I deal with this once our child is born?
Can I ask what everyone else's understanding of the word figurine is? Because
yes, they say figurine, but then plushie.
But there was a plushie and an enormous papier-mâché mouse.
Yeah, that's not a figurine.
No.
To be fair, I had to edit this down. I mean, that's too long to ever go in the podcast, I think, which is why I really enjoyed using it tonight, because it's crazy. But there was a bit which I edited out, which explained, I think, just a lot of sort of mouse ornaments and
different
cuddly
sorts of
toys. They sort of collect mice things, and so they've got papier-mâché ones, plushy ones made out of all sorts of materials.
Because the papier-mâché one, that's an effigy.
Yes.
A creepy, wrong effigy. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad Dave cleared that up, because I think that is...
Well, I think I need to show you something at this point, because
oh God.
Otherwise you might insult... Hang on.
Please don't let it talk.
I hope he's about 15 minutes. That'd be brilliant. He's just gone... I'm just going to buy something from the shops. There's a figurine shop 10 minutes away from this house, and I'm just going to buy something.
Right. I mean,
late night figurine shop in lockdown.
I think this story was creepy. There was Danielle. But this.
Hi, Dan.
She's
hey,
gone.
Danielle.
But this was a present that I got Danielle, which is, I don't know if you can see that. It's a mouse dressed as a nun holding a chainsaw.
Ah.
Right.
So we have one.
Do you talk
like
this?
As it?
Hello, Danielle.
No. She barely acknowledged it as a present.
I actually find that hard to believe, because I mean, if I was going to buy her anything, that's it.
Right.
What else would she
Michael,
want?
I had to have this commissioned.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't sell these.
You
I went to
did
Toy
you,
Master.
Dave? You had
I went to Sainsbury's. They don't sell them.
Yeah. Yeah. Were you like J.R. Hartley for a month, constantly phoning? No, I'll try somewhere else.
Is it taxidermy, Dave?
Yeah, it's taxidermy. Sorry, Michael. It's
taxidermy, Dave.
But good time, naturally.
Yeah, but that's the Sister Psycho mouse.
Yeah.
Right. Well.
But I wasn't expecting to have something of relevance to bring to that story in particular.
I'm glad you have.
No.
But, who do you like more, David? That or your daughter?
Well, by the fact that doesn't have a name and has been ignored for years. Yeah,
right.
I prefer my daughter. I don't consider myself to have two daughters.
Right.
One a long dead mouse full of sand, and the other one a 2-year-old girl.
Sure.
Human girl.
Does anyone here have any habits which you try and force on other people? Like weird quirks that when people come and stay or something, you sort of force them to do or anything like that? Or has that ever happened to you? No?
What are you getting at, Ben?
Yeah, you've stayed with Dave. What
I have stayed with Dave, and I don't remember any. I don't remember any weird occurrences.
I think I was.
Yes, you do. You remember one weird occurrence because you slept with me. So, I mean, I'm delighted you do not think of that as a weird occurrence, Ben. But trust me, everyone else who has slept with me definitely thinks that's a weird occurrence.
One of the most beautiful nights of my life.
All right. Thank you very much, mate.
Yeah.
All right.
We woke up to Nick Drake. That's what I remember.
Oh, yes. Hazy Jane, right? Or, yes.
Big Moon.
Oh, yes. Okay. Well, there you have it. I've ruined it now.
Yeah. It was really special up until then, Ben. No, you ruined it.
So come on. What's the answer to the problem?
Because the thing that gets me about this is she's been married to this guy for 10 years.
Right.
And it's seemingly something she has compartmentalized or just persuaded herself isn't an issue for 10 years, and now that they're having a child, it's becoming an issue. It's pretty profound. As in, like, how can you ignore that?
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
people
it's
are very
horrendous.
good at being in denial. It's
Okay.
horrendous, did you say?
Yeah, I think it's horrendous. I think I can totally understand the idea of ignoring it, just going, oh, that I don't know what to do with that, but also I don't need to know what to do with it because I can just ignore it. And then as soon as a child comes along and they bring it into the context of your kid, you're like, nah, I don't.
No, it's
Yeah.
true. It's true because usually you'd hope that having a child would make people go, oh, that's a real thing. Maybe we can get rid of all of our insane, made-up toys that we've been pretending are our
How
family.
many children have they had die? Because that would be my first part.
Yes.
What, the grandparents?
Yeah, like
Did they
how
mention
many
that in
mice
the
did
letter?
they have? How many mice?
Well,
How
it
many
said
mice?
just loads,
A lot.
didn't it?
A lot.
But Timothy's
all
the
got
only
different
real example they
personalities.
give.
Right. Did the grandfather
Well,
used to
Tim's the
drive a
most
school
important.
bus?
He used to drive a school bus.
Well, I mean, it is grandparents, right? It's grandparents.
Well, grandparents to be. At the
No.
moment,
Oh,
they're
yeah,
only
good,
grandparents
good,
of Papier-Mâché Mouse. Yeah.
Shit, so they might be alive for a bit longer. Yeah. Why don't you just constantly make fun of them, and then they'll get self-conscious, and then they'll shut up.
I don't know because they seem more dangerous than that.
I think
Do
they're
you know what I
pretty
mean?
ingrained.
They seem like people that will turn on you, and that you might get drowned in mice.
I think
one night.
if they did turn on you and then you laughed at them while they turned on you, I think that would literally belittle anyone so much that there wouldn't be a problem. They'd smash all the mice to bits with a big hammer, and they go, "All right, we'll speak to your stupid fucking baby then," or whatever language grandparents use. I don't know. I've never been a grandparent. But
Do you know
I
who
think
you sound like, Michael?
my grandfather.
Jesus.
I know. Yes. I do. Yeah.
Belittle them until they submit. That's what Jesus said, didn't he?
Yeah. Also, pull my finger. I love all his lines.
DVD Smith on the chat is very prescient. Prescient. He said, "Is this like a weird mouse version of Get Out?" One of the responses was that this person should sell their story to Jordan Peele now. That this is. I mean, is this?
Do you know what's going to happen? Is she's going to give birth to a mouse?
Margaret, plot twist: you give birth to a mouse figurine is another one of the answers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you have it.
Give birth to a papier-mâché mouse. Yeah.
Oh no! But what if she gives birth to like a brass cat?
David, this is amazing.
Thing.
David, you've hit another one. Another answer was you need to visit their house with an army of cat figurines. Set them loose and watch the magic happen.
Well, you see what I mean? It's not belittling them. That's making fun of them.
It's true.
I'm sorry, Ken, but I deserve all the points.
My friend, when she was once had a dream that she gave birth to 9 sherry glasses.
9?
Really stressful.
9 sherry glasses?
Yeah.
9?
Wow.
They're only tiny, aren't they?
Yeah,
but they get bigger.
They get bigger. They'll eat you out of house and home, Margaret.
No, I don't think they do. Have your sherry glasses been growing?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and their language is coming on very well.
Mine have all left home now, so I'm fine. But for a while,
it's a very cute image. Sherry glasses leaving home.
Yeah, it's adorable.
It's a less cute image giving birth to sherry glasses, but
less cute.
Yeah,
It's got to be disappointing.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
I think that is a pretty common dream when you're pregnant, though, that you give birth to something that is just not even a human.
Right.
I had a dream that I gave birth to just a sort of sperm with the baby's head.
Oh.
When I was pregnant, and I showed it to the doctor, and the doctor said, "Ah, yes, that's what we in the medical profession call a milieu, which is French for keep it in the back bedroom. I'm sorry, but you probably need to know that.
It's harrowing.
Have I talked about that before?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, good. Don't get
So-
pregnant, that's what I'm saying, kids.
Have you
Sure.
always got on well with when you've had significant others? Have you got on well with their parents? Ever had any sort of problems bonding with them?
No, here's the thing. I may have said this on Do the Right Thing before, and if
Okay.
I have, great. That means we've saved on the material by repeating it. I went out with someone in the 90s, and we were together for a few years, and we had one of those relationships where we fought a lot, and it was felt horrible, really. But honestly, if I could go back to that time, because of other relationships I've been in since then, if I could go back to that time and see her again, I would honestly just want to say, thank you for having dead parents, because I didn't realize how nice
that
that was until many.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
need a bond.
Yeah.
I've always felt a great pressure to impress parents whilst having no ability to do so, which is quite stressful.
Very charming,
I once
David.
was
Yeah,
sent,
you are very charming.
oh, thank you. But I was sent with my girlfriend to the shops to buy pudding for us, with the one and only time I visited her parents in Banbury. And to impress them, I bought kiwis rather than anything nice.
Oh, that's a terrible choice.
I know it's a terrible thing, but I was sort of like, I was 17, and so I thought that's a sophisticated thing.
Oh.
And
So
nobody
it sort of gave you a
wanted
sort of-
any, and neither did we. Just, yeah,
Oh, I love it. I really love the sort of, I'll buy them an original fruit.
yeah, I was
That's
sort of,
like everyone's impressed with that.
they just wanted a cake, you know.
Yeah. You could have done better with almost anything.
Jack,
Sorry.
go for it, Michael.
I bought a partner's parents once. You know how the very first time you meet them, you've got to buy it's like chocolates for mum and booze for dad in that stupid way. And that stupid way I did it. And the bottle of booze, because I don't really know much about whiskey. I know a bit more about whiskey now, but a long time ago I definitely did not. And I thought I'll impress them by getting them an Irish whiskey, and the Irish whiskey was called Irish whiskey. That's what the company was called. And the
Was
thing
it written on the bottle by hand?
yeah, with a bad hand. and then that night started to, so we could all bond. We all sat quietly drinking this horrible, poisonous, bilious drink. No one once going, oh, that's horrible. Everyone, oh, so this is what you drink, is it? Like, oh, I want to see it's on the tap in our house. Yeah.
That is actually, you could have turned that into a fun game, which is what one time when we were drinking when I was like a teenager, and all we had was a bottle of dessert wine between us. And it was foul, but it was brilliant because we turned it into a game where the game was you had to pass it around. You take a sip, and the game was to say, "Oh no, that's all right actually," without sort of vomiting or grimacing or laughing. And it's actually a really fun game. We got through the whole bottle.
How have we never played Up Your Cunt on this thing?
Oh.
You would think this would be the perfect time to play Up Your Cunt.
It's not a drink.
Remind me?
No, the game Up Your Cunt is, well, what happens is, it's a game, I'd say very much for 4 players would be perfect. And the first person has to name someone who's a bit of a cunt. Say, for instance, I don't know, Philip Schofield. Who gives a fuck about him? He's a bit of a cunt. There's no way he's the worst person in the world. but he's not a decent
It's a
guy.
good start.
He's
Agreed.
just a bit of a cunt. So he's a
Phil,
bit of
I'm
a cunt. And then the
so
next-
sorry if you're watching this.
yeah, because I know you were aiming to be a much bigger cunt, but you haven't. Anyway, but then the next person has to name someone who we all know is a bit more of a cunt. But you can't like go.
Okay.
You
Don't
can't go. Let's
go
go.
full
Just
Piers
get off
Morgan.
Hitler. You can't. And anyway, that goes on until everyone goes round and round until someone says Tom Hiddleston, and then we all have a drink.
Is he
Yeah.
still top of the tree, do you think, in your book?
I mean, I think he's quite top of the tree.
Yeah.
I don't know who do you think's knocked him off recently?
Who's knocked off Tom
Kim
Hiddleston?
Jong-un?
I mean, Elon
Matt
Musk.
Hancock.
Elon Musk is quite.
Elon Musk.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I mean, did you know that Elon Musk and Grimes were anonymous? I did not know, and whatever morning it was that they announced the news, it was like, oh no, that's fucking
Do you know
horrible.
what?
Because he was married
was
to
so-
he was married to the girl from St Trinian's 3 times or something.
Which
Um,
girl?
The
That-
one
that-
who isn't Gemma.
Alistair
Arthur.
Sim.
Yeah, that's who I was trying to think of. Yes.
Rupert Everett.
Rupert Everett. That's him.
Yes.
That's her. No, I don't know
Yeah.
her name.
No, you see, I was really confused, and I honestly thought I wasn't reading properly, and I thought that Grimes and Elon Musk had separately had both
Oh,
had
right.
different babies that they'd
Yeah,
given
that
them
makes more
terrible
sense.
names.
That makes more sense. Yeah.
But I mean, it's still pretty insane.
On the chat, they could have a game of this game. Up your cunt, or whatever it's called.
UYC.
Hold
Yeah.
up your cunt. Yeah.
I don't like swearing in public. Anyway, but they could have a game, and then I could relay in a short while what the stream of people is, and you could commentate on whether this
Oh,
is
that would be brilliant. Yeah, that'd be brilliant.
That'd be nice.
Yes,
whether they've
please,
raised
please.
it too high.
Please do it. Whoever's, but I want to see who starts because that's such a tricky play. I remember one night. What's good about Up Your Cunt is you get into real arguments about like who because some people will go, there's no way this person. Because I remember I got into a huge argument because I said Roger Hargreaves, and people went mental. Well, I think he's a bit of a cunt.
Well, someone called Taylor Eyes.
Yeah, he's just a bit of a cunt.
Someone called Taylor Eyes started with Steven Seagal, which I think is
Yeah,
I mean, that's
I
a
think that's
reasonable starting point.
You see, they've gone.
I do think it's reasonable because his everything in his life is fallen. So
that's true. Well, the next one is Tim Martin, the Weatherspoons CEO. So I think
too high. Way
Katie
too
Holmes.
high.
They've gone Katie
guys,
Hopkins.
Way too high.
Nice.
Way too high. Way too
Way
high.
too high. It's actually possibly more
You're gonna have
fun
to start
to
again.
start almost in the virtue area.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're only on the
Exactly.
fringes of cunthood.
Yeah. Play your cunts right. There we
play
go.
your
That's
cunts
what it
right.
should be called.
Is it going to be higher?
Well
or
done on
lower?
that.
I just want to respond to CCC Cindy Lauper, who says, "Oh Ben, I love how you've been with these foul mouth buggers for years, but you're so bashful about swearing." This is why when I eventually release the full rushes of old shows, you'll see just how puritanical I was in my editing sometimes.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Only a couple of C's would get through when there'd been about 57 in the recording. So anyway, okay.
Someone's gone Richard Stilgo, which is a much better.
That's
Okay.
great.
novel.
That's
Well, hang on.
yeah.
Okay, Mother Teresa has been up from there.
I think that's too
Yeah,
high.
it's really, really high. Really high.
Yeah. That's way too big a leap.
I mean,
She
that
did
can't
something,
try to eclipse
though.
Diana's.
Still go to
Yeah.
Teresa now. Nicholas Lyndhurst. That's perfect. See? Schofield. Still go. Lyndhurst. Brilliant. Maidley.
Charles Darwin.
Too high. Charles Darwin.
No.
Yeah, what a fucking prick.
He married
Sorry.
his cousin.
Sorry, Darwin. Survival in the fittest, mate. You're out.
Oh, Richard Clayton.
Brilliant.
That was my sister's first crush.
I want to try and bring this back on topic very quickly, and we'll catch up with this in a bit.
Yeah, because guys, otherwise we're just going to be laughing at cunts for the rest of the day.
Yeah. and that's their job. So
That's not the exactly.
now who was
No,
it?
can I just point out that David said that Mother Teresa was a bit of a cunt because she tried to eclipse Lady Diana.
She did do that, didn't she? She did try to.
She tried.
She
She
did.
failed.
Rude.
She tried.
She's rude.
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's the trying that's the
It's this jealousy of Teresa that I hate. The jealousy.
What I'm enjoying is I'm having to allow people to swear on this chat. So there's a couple that have come through.
Wow.
Is that coming up between?
Mhm.
Oh, it's not coming up. That I've allowed the term. See you next Tuesday, and also cunties. I've had to allow.
Cunties.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Is that the award you get for winning?
I'm much happier saying that.
Do you think
Oh,
they'd
dear.
accept it? I think I'd accept mine. I think
I'd
I'd
accept
go
a
to the
cunty.
awards
Absolutely, I'd accept a cunty.
and cry. Thank my agent.
I like one example of a cunt is Jamiroquai, the band. All 7 members of Jamiroquai.
Oh dear.
Equally.
I have a soft spot for the bass player of Jamiroquai because
Stuart Zender.
the week before he joined Jamiroquai, he was turned down for a Jamiroquai tribute band.
Really?
Mate,
Oh, this must be the bassist who replaced Stuart Zender.
I've got a
Yes,
brilliant.
you can't have a tribute band before the band.
Sorry,
I've got a
Mike.
brilliant Jamiroquai bass player story, but I can't tell you at the moment. So,
Oh.
Well, can I just to bring it back on topic? A while
Clive
back,
Sinclair. Right.
on the chat, Jack by Now or Jack by No said I've had relationships where I've gotten better with the parents than I did with the person I was going out with. Has that ever happened to you? Or
Oh.
It's tricky.
I mean, it's a Sex and the City episode.
it is.
The best.
No, I don't think I've ever.
Sorry.
I've had like 1.5 boyfriends, so I'm probably not the best person.
What was the half?
To ask about? Well, shall I tell you what the half is? The half is a number of people that I imagined going out with.
What that added up to one
Probably.
half?
Come on, yeah.
Oh my God.
How gracious of you
I'm
to
so sorry.
categorise them only as a half, Margaret.
Yeah.
No, but that's not about them. That's about me, like, not really having spoken to them or
So
whatever.
how
but
many
really
of
having
these
imagined
imagined
very hard.
how many of these imagined boyfriends added up to one half of a boyfriend?
I don't know. Does Hugh Laurie count?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he counts.
Yeah. I've met
Not as
him.
one of your boyfriends, but yeah, he counts.
He's terrible in the game of up.
Oh yeah. No, you're not winning.
He's never
with
going to
him.
be at it.
No.
He's never going to be at it.
Can I ask another question? If you were going out with someone who you really, really liked and you met their parents, and their parents insisted on speaking to you with mouse figurines in silly voices, but you really liked. I mean, this is the disconnect here. 'Cause she seems to really like the son. Would you go along?
She married
with it?
him, so.
Well, yeah, because you're marrying the son, not the parents, right? So how
Yeah, absolutely.
crazy
I
would the
think-
parents have to be for you not to stay marrying their child?
The
I mean-
trouble is, I think that I would be like this person, in denial about it, and assuming that there was some weird irony that I wasn't getting, and that eventually they would turn out to be normal.
Yeah.
You know.
Dave,
So
Dave, are you trying to say something? Sorry, I'm just checking if Dave's sound's working.
Yeah, my sound's working.
Oh, is it? Oh, sorry. I thought I saw you trying to say something and we couldn't hear you. I do apologise.
I was just swigging a lovely beverage.
Oh, very nice. So you'd stick with them, Margaret, in the hope that they'd turn out to be less insane than they first seemed.
Yeah, and that's what's the poor guy in the poor woman in question. It probably would happen that it's only once you get pregnant that you realise, oh no, these people are just nuts. Mind you, nuts is less bad than evil.
Yeah, they're not evil, right? I mean, they're just freaking weird, right?
Hmm.
It's
But they
fairly
are-
So what would you
benign.
do, Michael? Yeah.
I
just-
would wait till my partner was out of the room, and then I would say to her
God.
parents, "Rein your fucking neck in now." Right? I would literally grab them by the throat, go, and I'd hit them. You know, where bruises don't show, you get right. You're going to get more, and then
Wow.
and then I would ask them to please tone that down, but only after I've threatened and beaten them.
So you
I
just
think-
really vaguely and silently beat them
Yeah.
up and then say, tone it down.
I think you could
Please.
get the same reaction without having to resort to physical violence by
Oh,
Go on, how?
by burning the plushie mouse alive inside the papier-mâché mouse.
oh, it's
Um,
the Trojan mouse.
The wicker mouse.
The wicker
mouse.
The wicker Trojan mouse.
Yeah,
So,
and that way
Dave,
they get the message. But you would have to maintain eye contact while you do the entire thing, so they got it.
I think you're onto something, David. Shall I move to the answers so we can
Yeah.
move to else?
Yeah. Sorry, Ben. How many points did I get?
Well, I think Dave got at least a couple of these pretty much bang on. So just let me go through. This was on the Reddit Our Relationships page, where anyone could offer their thoughts. And so here are just a few. Someone a little bit serious to start with. Therapists often use stuffed animals when trying to get children to communicate traumas that have happened in their lives because it takes the attention
That's
from them
not what this is.
and
Move
transfers
on.
it to an object. However, this family have taken it too far. Then somebody else suggested maybe they don't like you because you are their second daughter-in-law. The better daughter-in-law is a mouse hiding somewhere and the first wife of their son and mother of Timothy. I'm sure the parents have a great relationship with that daughter-in-law, which may be the case. But here's the one which I think is similar to Dave's, which is Timothy is a vessel of evil. He must be destroyed. You should kidnap and murder him. The in-laws will report it to the police. The police will have the in-laws committed. Problem solved. So if you murder a mouse to the point where the in-laws complain to the authorities, then they're going to get put away. for
I'd
being-
be as callous as to say it's not murder.
Yeah, well,
What?
Yeah,
it's waste disposal, isn't it?
I-
really?
right. It's landfill at best.
Michael, as a vegan, is a papier-mâché mouse
It's the vegan. No, it's not a mouse.
as
Margaret,
the number one vegan?
yeah. No, a papier-mâché mouse is not a mouse.
What if
No.
the glue
would you
has
be
been made of
burning it?
horses?
Sorry.
What if the glue was made of horses?
Well,
yeah.
well, then it is a horse.
Mm,
But it is a dead horse. It's
You
a
can't
dead
burn a
horse.
horse.
right.
It's like you can't kill it again.
So setting fire to
So
it is
burning-
almost a respectful horse funeral.
It's if you give the mouse a Viking horse funeral,
Mm.
then I'm totally fine with it.
Okay, cool.
So
Meeting adjourned.
before we
Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
before we move on to problems from sent in, shall we just play a
Yeah.
quick game of play your cunts right?
Sure.
Yes.
So I want you to tell me. Okay, here we go. I'll read out a name. You tell me if the next game is higher, is higher or lower.
Okay.
Okay.
Good can.
Richard Ashcroft.
Oh,
Oh, massive. Massive.
Very
That's
good.
way too high.
So
That's
okay,
right.
it's not. It's not.
So you're
It's not
saying-
that's correct.
you're saying next name is lower. Vera Lynn.
That's lower.
way lower.
Yeah, that's lower.
Oh, I see where we're going. Okay,
Yeah.
no.
Play your cunts right.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what do you think? Higher or lower than Vera Lynn?
Higher. Higher.
Right, you're going to go hard next.
Oh.
Clive Sinclair.
Is she one
Yeah,
of the
higher.
nicest?
Yeah, definitely.
Higher.
Clive
Yeah,
Sinclair.
higher.
Lower.
Let's go
Uh,
higher than Clive Sinclair. I think there's a lot of headroom.
Okay.
to go.
No, yeah, sorry. Higher than Clive Sinclair.
With apologies to the viewers, I'm editing here. Alexander Armstrong.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh,
He's released an
Is he
album.
not? Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay. Also, he owns half of Ireland.
Does he?
Does he?
Yeah. Well, not half, no.
All right.
Not enough.
We'll say lower.
You can say
Low.
lower than Alexander Armstrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barbara Woodhouse.
Do you know that might
David
be
doesn't
on
know
the
who
top.
Barbara Woodhouse is.
I genuinely don't, but I was hoping someone would give me a clue.
But
She's
here's the
very
thing:
dogs.
she's
Is she like?
She's
yeah,
a disciplinarian dog trainer, celebrity dog trainer
Yeah.
from the 80s.
she's also dead, and I don't really see what harm she can do today.
How many celebrity dogs were there in the 80s?
Most celebrities were
Dick-
dogs in the 80s.
Digby,
Don't ask
Digby,
what
Lassie.
celebrities were in the 70s.
Pluto, Schnorbits.
Yeah.
This is a
K9.
new game.
It is.
Is Schnorbits the next cunt on the line?
No, but somebody just said Schnorbits. I think I've just caught up with the chat.
So we're going to go higher than that woman.
She was like the Mary Whitehouse for
Barbara
dogs.
Woodhouse.
Someone has said.
Right.
Yeah, that's a
Leah's
brilliant
said,
description.
which is not bad.
That's a brilliant description.
Okay, we'll go 3 more names.
She had a catchphrase, which was "Whoopers."
Is that her catchphrase?
Do the biopic. Yes, it's a catchphrase. Some
I
people
wish
just
that
have
was our
noises as
catchphrase.
catchphrases.
Okay. So
Well, let's get that.
next
that
name.
going.
So what are you saying? Higher or lower?
Let's go
Higher.
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 Lower.
Right,
Okay,
there's
higher,
a lot
we'll
of
go higher.
headroom.
I have got. Oh, hang on, I've lost it. Ian Cranky.
Oh, Ian
Oh.
Cranky. Oh, Ian Cranky
Did
is
we
high.
win that?
Yeah. We Jimmy Cranky.
Yeah.
Fine. Ian Cranky, yeah. Weird.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely higher.
Okay, so we
Oh,
won that.
So that-
I somehow feel on safer ground going with people who have died, actually. So the last one is someone who's died, as far as I'm aware. Higher or
Right,
lower?
so we have to say
Ian
whether they're
Cranky.
higher or lower than
I
Ian Cranky.
I think
think-
higher. I think we have still got a bit to go.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Fanny
Go on.
Craddock. Fanny Craddock.
I mean, both of
Yeah,
her
I
names
think-
sound like euphemisms for cunt, but
I can't help. I can't help. I
I
can't help
think
but
that is
think.
what somebody.
Someone has pointed out, how did Fanny Craddock get through the auto mod?
yeah.
Someone's put Nelson Mandela.
To be fair, though, they have put a question mark.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, yeah.
Thatcher and Hitler are allowed.
Oh, of course they're allowed.
They just end the game. Well, having slandered lots of celebrities, shall we move on?
Mainly dead.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, go on.
Let's see how we deal with some problems from tonight's audience. T. Smith writes in to say, I work in a hospital and part of my role is to help with specialist systems and associated issues. I don't know what that means. But anyway, my problem is, how can I get my colleagues in the hospital to stop coming to talk to me about things when they clearly could email me instead? You would think the current crisis would discourage pointlessly disturbing me in person. Plus, I'm on a different floor, but they insist on interrupting me instead of emailing messages like I've asked them to. So he wants his work colleagues to stay away from him and emailing. I'd say him, could be her. Wants them to email them rather than actually come up and visit and say hello.
You've got to make your personal space as unsavoury as possible, would be my advice.
Yeah.
Barbed wire.
Barbed wire. That makes locomotion yourself difficult, but it would work if you're going to be static for a while. Bodily odours.
Yeah, I was going to
bodily
say,
odours.
just don't bother washing for a while. Wear Crocs.
Yeah.
Let your
Lots
feet
of,
really breathe.
discharge.
A fairly
into
cheap
your desk.
option is to have as a snack scampi and lime flavoured knickknacks, because although they're delicious, they smell like a tramp's weed himself or herself. And so your breath would smell of wee and trousers.
I think if you write, if you have a tattoo on your forehead that says "out of office,"
it would have to be a tattoo, would it?
Oh, I mean, if you're gonna really scare people, yeah. No,
out
you're
of
right.
office,
Sharpie will do.
you get a
Especially if you're not
trompe l'oeil
showering
made.
anymore.
Yeah.
What's that, Ben?
You get a trompe l'oeil painted of your space without you in it, so that when they come to see you, they see the trompe l'oeil and think, oh, they're not there. and so they go away again.
So you get the background painted on your face.
Oh, hey.
The
Well, I
barbed
was thinking
wire.
just put a board up and draw and paint a
Camouflage.
picture. But yeah, you could camouflage in with your background. Could be.
Why
could be
can't they work at home?
Good
Do we
question.
know? Are they on the chat?
T. Smith, I don't know if you're on the chat, but do let us know why you can't work from home. And if anyone
It
has any
is
advice
weird.
for T. Smith, do chuck it in.
But also, it does make me worry that they want you to die. And that's why they're coming. Too much?
In which case,
Oh.
you need
Have
to...
I elevated myself to cunt level?
No.
No, never.
No. You simply don't have the time left in your life to beat Hiddleston. I mean...
Oh, I now feel like that's a challenge, though.
I was going to say,
T. Smith is on the chat.
If you
Sorry,
suspect they're going to, their reason for coming to you face to face is they're trying to kill you, then you just need to accelerate that process by challenging them to a duel and getting it over with.
Oh, T. Smith, coughing.
Yeah.
Because
Coughing,
I found that a lot of my cough is really putting people off, and I just live with them. You know.
Why stop at coughing? Why stop at coughing? Vomiting, bleeding.
No, but that's not one. No, but that's not one of the corona things.
Yeah, but
is that one of the corona things?
He works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Masturbating is one of the symptoms.
He works in the hospital, so he'll just get sent home or cured. So
shit.
Nobody wants that.
The reason.
No, but he doesn't really have it. He just coughs on. No, you're not. Actually, that's illegal. That's really bad advice, isn't it?
The reason he can't work from home is that they don't have enough laptops for remote working, apparently.
Oh, God.
I'm seeing.
Whip round?
Yeah. Oh, shall we?
Sorry, T. Smith, it was the Fred that fooled me. She doesn't have any. There aren't enough laptops for her to take a laptop home.
Oh. Was it because she's TJ, so you assumed it was like TJ Hooker? We were imagining.
Yes.
TJ Hooker. You were, weren't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
No, I also, TJ, I wonder if you're a bit
hot. They do have nosebleeds.
Oh no, hang on. She's saying she has nosebleeds.
Yeah, so could do that on demand.
that will definitely.
That would be great.
Bleeding. That's what I said. Bleeding. If you bleed enough, no one wants to come near you. People have a line, and the line is bleeding.
If you could get one of those, if you could get one of those hoops from bubble blowing kits and hide it in your hand, then next time you have a nosebleed, you could just sort of sneeze through it, and bubbles of blood would come out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh my God.
That would freak anyone out, I think. Because
I'm absolutely struck dumb by that, David. I'm sort of shock and awe. To me, that's more impressive than actual terrorism.
Well, I don't want to attract people to you like that. You're the new Messiah because you sort of sneeze bubble blood, but
you're right. Nobody wants bubbles of blood.
No, it's true.
No,
that was my
especially Enoch Powell hated them.
His famous bubbles of blood speech.
Bubbles of blood speech.
So some advice from the chat. More than feline 666. Just talk incessantly about babies, whether you have any or not. It'd keep me away for sure. Seems fair. Do something sponsored.
Yeah, you need to identify.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ben.
That's right. You need to identify.
I'm angry now. I'm going to be in trouble afterwards, everyone.
Oh, I can't wait for the debrief. It's the best hour of my life.
Do something sponsored.
Really told off.
Jane C73, do something sponsored, then ask people to sponsor you every time they come and visit.
Yeah, ask for money. Ask everyone who comes up to you for money.
Yeah, whoever did that.
You don't even need to say what it is.
Very good idea. Yeah.
Perfect.
CCC Cindy Lauper suggested wearing assless chaps.
Okay.
No, but if they're sitting down, you'd be constantly having to get up and shove everything in their face. Which you're right.
They might not be asking us to wear them during this scenario. It could be just wear them.
Do they count as PPE?
I've lost mine.
Yeah.
Oh. Do you have a little mask for your noo-noo?
I don't know. Is that an area is that a contagious area? I don't know.
Mine is.
It's a membrane, isn't it?
Is it? Mine's not a membrane. Should it be a membrane? Mine's not a membrane at all.
No, mine is.
I'm just like a donut from one end to the other.
I can't believe I said it's a membrane. You sort of think, so where's that come from? Something in me believes that. It's really upsetting.
Oh.
Carry on without me for a bit.
So
how right was I, Ben?
I don't know. Well, T. Smith, let us know. No, it does have a mucous membrane. T. Smith is reassuring you, Margaret.
Thank you.
Is that all of ours or just Margaret's?
She's been studying my.
Cindy
That's
Lawford
on my
says.
other Twitch thing. It is not popular.
You're having another breakdown, apparently. According to CCCC Lawford, farts have COVID. Apparently.
Right.
So there you have it.
Wow.
No, Rob, don't.
Well, T. Smith, I hope we've helped. Margaret hasn't.
You haven't helped me either, to be fair.
I'm going to move on to Rosie's problem. This is serious.
Is part of the show that we like to call Rosie's problem.
Oh, we should definitely do this once a week.
Yeah.
Rosie, can you send us a problem every week, please?
Yes.
Well, she sent us in two, actually, Rosie. This is a serious problem.
Read it.
Rosie's emailed to say, I'm utterly infatuated with the Canadian actor Elise Bauman. I want to put posters of her all over my room, but then I might have to come out to my parents, and I'm not ready to do that. What should I do?
Well, how dirty are these pictures?
I think they're just pictures of Elise Bauman, the actress. But the fact that you're covering your room with them.
Does anyone know the actress Elise Bauman?
No, I don't. But I don't really know anyone.
I
know Gene Hackman.
Is she
Okay.
I'm guessing not very similar.
Let's all imagine Gene Hackman for simplicity's sake.
Bauman. How are you spelling Bauman?
Bauman.
But I think, in a way, oh no, she is hot. In a way, isn't this the way to come out to your parents, very subtly via your walls?
Via posters.
Yeah, definitely everyone's parents watches this, just in case any of their kids want to come out. Just so, right, we know, we're prepared. That's the great thing about, what is this called again? Do the right thing.
But she looks nice, Margaret.
Yeah.
I don't think that's Rosie's problem, though, is it? Like that, she's got shit
Outfit
face
is the
and
person I
women.
fancy.
Do the right thing. Do I like hags? No, I don't think you do.
You're right.
No, if she was a very.
I'm just trying to empathise, really.
Well, it's a big step to come out.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think fancying one woman means that you have to change your entire identity. Would be my advice.
No. I think she's already
saying she is gay.
She knows.
Oh, she knows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's what that sounds like to me as well. It's not saying, "Oh my God, am I gay?"
Either come out to your parents,
I am gay,
or kill them.
That's the choice.
Yeah. Kill your parents.
Yeah.
Papier-mâché mice.
Yes.
Start to only communicate with your parents through figurines.
Oh God, do you think that's what it was before?
You know, I know I'm going to make light of this, but here's the thing. Don't come out yet. Enjoy it. Do you know what? when I started going to pubs when I was 15, the worst thing about going to pubs was turning 18 and then being allowed in pubs and my parents not having a problem with me drinking. And I think that I can totally equate that to coming out as gay. Bye, everyone. What I'm saying is, I love those years. I love those years. And I want to go back.
To when it felt wrong.
That's not what I'm saying, Ben. When it felt so good.
We have some advice from the viewers. Tim Everly says, hit the moustache on all the posters. So you got the posters up with moustache.
Oh yeah, throw darts at them.
Yeah.
Lots of
Kai
fun, but you also hate them for being hot.
Yeah. Kai Page says, pepper in some posters of blokes for plausible deniability. Interesting. Good tactic.
Yeah, I genuinely think it's a bit like right. So your children not believing in Father Christmas anymore.
Yeah.
I suddenly realised that you don't have to have a big talk about it.
No.
You can just have it very gradually become clear, and no one ever says there isn't. Like, because I've realised my parents never told me, and I've never said I don't believe. And
no,
same
that's
with
true.
my sisters, but I've realised it about my daughter as well.
You just.
I know now that she knows, and do you know how I know she knows? Because she read an article by Ramesh Ranganathan where he talked about it. But she hasn't mentioned it.
Yeah, it's the moment
and
they
I'm not going
realise,
to, and it's fine.
It's the moment they realise no one would save Stickman. That's the moment you realise they don't believe in it.
So, Margaret, does your son still have loads of posters of Santa up on his wall? Is that what you're saying?
But really, like in bikinis?
Yeah.
Really buff Santa.
Because he's 5. Yeah.
Right,
I would argue you could avoid this problem by not expressing your sexuality exclusively through the medium of posters on your wall. That might be a solution.
No, but Dave, what she's saying is she's worried it will become clear because she's got.
Well, look, it instantly becomes classier if you frame the posters, because then they're art.
This is your priority, Dave.
Yeah.
Get an autograph poster. Oh no, I'm putting an autograph. I'm framing the autograph.
Or if you can't afford that,
do you know, Michael,
just sign the posters.
Right.
People don't even do autographs anymore.
What are you on about, Margaret?
They don't.
Are you still in this thing? The fuck are you talking about with your Boris Johnson Trump-esque autograph bullshit? Thank fuck the sofa's taken Margaret's place. Bit of fucking sense.
People still sign autographs.
Of course they sign autographs.
They don't really. Honestly, they don't really. It's all photos now.
Is this because you met Hugh Laurie and he said no?
No, he
whatever the question was.
Margaret, did you have posters of Hugh Laurie on your wall?
Yes, I had 99 pictures of him on my wall.
Wow.
There's some sort of Jay-Z.
I wasn't well.
And what happened when one fell? 98 posters of Hugh Laurie on the wall.
I just sang and I rocked.
Yeah.
Take one down, pass it around, put it back up. It's a picture of Hugh Laurie. 99 pictures of Hugh Laurie again on the wall. Over and over again.
So you did have loads of... You genuinely had posters of Hugh Laurie on the wall?
Yeah, loads.
Ah.
Not posters. They didn't do posters. They were tiny pictures from the Radio Times. But just everywhere.
we didn't have big pictures in our day. It's a tiny pictures.
It's all you could make. I cut up the box of a Star Wars B-wing toy, and that was on my wall. So
what else was on your wall, though? Go
on. Turtle stickers from some cereal. And that was it. And none of I
had a crucifix.
I've thought long and hard about it, and none of it was about my sexuality. Turtles or bits of a B-wing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Unless you
That's
were into
fair enough.
bestiality.
But did you have a
That's
crush,
fair
Dave?
enough.
Did I have a crush?
Yeah. Like,
What,
did you ever have a crush on a celeb or an actor or a pop star?
Oh, I have done in my day, but I'm talking pre that, I guess. But I don't remember ever putting posters up. Is sort of the point. But I did live in a greenhouse, so there wasn't much option.
Yeah, you see, I think that might be it.
People
That's
in
probably
glass
it.
houses shouldn't wank. That's the
Really not. Not when the
saw
gardeners
an
come round.
amazing. I saw an amazing story where this boy had written in to say that when he was young, he had some porn, you know, quite genital.
You can say it,
porn,
Margaret. You can say it.
Jazz mags, Playboy, that sort of thing.
Right.
Sure.
But he decided that's what he liked and that's what he wanted to represent his personality. So he put loads of photos up, posters of the women in his room. And he said his mum came in and looked at them, and then she left the room. But she came up. She then bought a porn magazine with loads of men in it, and cut out a load of dicks and put them up on the wall. And he just got the point and took his jazz mags down. But that's, I think, really cool.
That is great.
I think it's a really good way of making the point. Go, it's absolutely fine, but this is what I'm into, so you're going to have to be all right with that. But I don't know that this girl's parents are going to be like. I don't know what this girl's parents are going to think. Because you're right, they might not see anything sexy in it, but they might go, "Oh, I wonder if this is more than I admire the work of Elise Bauman."
But you know what? You could put one poster up, and then maybe after a bit of time, when you're a bit more confident, put another one up, and who knows? Maybe it's a buffer. I don't know if that's needed, but it might be. Maybe it gets people thinking. Who knows?
I had a poster of Tim Wheeler above my bed at university.
Who's Tim
That's
Wheeler?
That's fairly obvious, isn't it?
Who is
Ash.
From Ash.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
An amazing poster story here from Semars. My sister would kiss her Leonardo DiCaprio poster. My brother would rub his bum on it.
Right.
Yeah. Classic brother and sister.
Over and over again.
Yeah.
I was horrible to my sister. I used to throw darts at my sister. Yeah. That's mean,
what was her poster of?
John Travolta. And I used to,
Dartboard.
Jockey Wilson.
Lots of posters of dartboards.
Are we playing Play Your Cunt Threads again?
No, you're right. No, it wasn't a dartboard, but it was John Travolta. It's not very nice.
Little tiny holes is all right.
Fine.
I think it's all right. I think ripping it down would have been bad.
I think I did rip it down.
Did you? I wrote "I hate you" on my sister's Christian Slater poster.
Oh my word!
I hate you, Christian Slater.
Yeah, that's that autograph.
That's
really what autographs are like now.
I have an update to this.
She thought, "Oh, Christian Slater's been in my bedroom."
Yeah. I have an update to this problem from Rosie. She's got back in touch. This might take us down a weird avenue, but I'm going to go there anyway. She's followed up to say, I have a new problem. I've listened to Do the Right Thing every day of lockdown. It's already my 4th time through all of the episodes. It brings me so much joy. But the issue is that I think I might be falling in love with Margaret. She is so funny.
Yes.
And I really love her combination of sweetness with acerbic wit.
Yeah.
The issue being that cervix wit. Yes, it's a membrane.
My membrane.
I love Margaret's membrane.
Yeah.
The issues being that while I'm moony-eyed over Margaret, I'm not meeting other women. Not that I can during lockdown.
Oh,
and
I'm
B,
so sorry.
And this is surely about Elise Bauman. She is famous and married, straight as far as I know, and married more than once. Anyway, also I think she would think that I'm a bit young for her. How can I get over her without having to stop listening to Do the Right Thing, which is keeping me sane in this real time?
I would suggest meeting her.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
Come to a live show.
2 minutes at a company. Christ almighty.
Yeah. I'm a
I do
red-blooded
like people.
heterosexual male, and I've met Margaret so many times, and I
Yeah.
can't tell you, it's been a panacea for me.
If you come to any of our live shows and you haven't doused yourself in petrol in the first 5 minutes, then you've got Margaret on a good day.
They call her the self-immolator.
Yeah, yeah.
I just said the idea that someone is that unattractive that you feel the need to set fire to yourself
Yeah.
in seconds.
I'm telling you, David got COVID-19 from Margaret's Wikipedia page.
Didn't work though,
So
did it?
I'm just saying.
Still here.
I'm just saying her
Tried to kill yourself.
her description is disease. I hope that helps.
I mean, if that doesn't do it, yeah, I'll send you some of my membrane.
Oh, you need that, Margaret.
Oh no, you're right.
You need all of that.
What do I mean about the?
I've no idea.
That have had they've had some sort of mesh. They've had a mesh put in. Some women.
Have they?
Really?
To stop pigeons getting up there. Right.
As established on Do the Right Thing, if a pigeon does get in there, throw a jumper or towel over it, and you can get out.
Yeah.
I'm woken up by a pigeon every morning, but not
Really?
not via that method.
Well, you and Dan have something in common then.
Do we? Oh yeah, child.
Yeah. You both did. Oh, yeah. Oh no, I don't mean your Dan.
Oh,
I
right.
mean Dan.
Oh, do the right thing not know her as Dan? My mistake.
No. We couldn't Miss Ward. Otherwise,
Miss Ward.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. What was the question?
We were all talking about the.
You need to help.
You
need to help a nice woman with good taste.
Birds going up her vagina.
Oh,
That's what we were talking about.
Margaret keeps giving away her membrane and is very. He's
Well,
running out.
Because people don't do autographs anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course.
The thing is,
You
Margaret,
have to be original.
Margaret, twice a day, if you fire a gun, they'll just go.
That's right. I think falling out of love with someone is very difficult. I don't know how the solution other than time and looking at yourself.
Age.
It's mostly about looking at yourself, I believe.
I would say in terms of posters though, if you covered your wall with all the various Do the Right Thing artworks of the last year, Margaret's in them, but so is Michael and Danielle.
That's true.
And the one from this week has David on Danielle's shoulders.
Deeply unflattering, some of them.
Oh, come on, Margaret! It's the best photo ever taken of you.
Oh, not the beautiful ones. I mean, some of the drawings.
Oh, there's
in the past.
In the past, yeah.
In the past drawings.
The past drawing.
I mean, they look like me.
But they don't behave like you.
No. Thank God for that. So, can we answer this person's question?
No.
Yes.
You did.
We've got lots of good advice.
Did we? Oh, all right. Well, then that's.
No, go on. What's your answer?
I was going to.
Dave said, "Look inside your own soul."
I said, "Meet you."
and then you said, "Look inside your own soul."
Yeah.
She might not be able to meet.
I was covering all the bases.
It's hard in COVID times.
It's true.
Well, somebody said I'm more blur than face.
Oh well, that might be the feed, but you know, you just look normal to me.
Yeah.
Very blurry.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I have got a really big face.
Rosie, I hope we've helped. I'm gonna.
Rosie, thank you very much for being kind.
Poor Rosie.
Kind.
Yeah, there are loads of hot women out there. It's easier to find a good woman than a man, so that's helpful.
Yeah, that's true. I've got one more.
Wow, the confidence that Ben said that with is unbelievable. True. Do tell us all the good women that you have met.
Who, Ben?
Yeah, Ben just went, that's true. It's easier to make you. But, oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, I've met a lot of men and women, but I.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you prefer the women. All right.
So do all of you. Come on.
I'm just saying, Rosie's got good taste.
Cause silence.
And then that's the wrong thing.
Quite right.
Okay.
You know what, Rosie? You should stalk her into submission. That's what I.
Yes.
And I insist you do that.
I've got one final one for us to answer if you can cover it. It could be a one-word answer. Lisa has DM'd to ask, current problem, just one of them, shall I dye my hair purple?
What colour is it now?
I don't know.
She doesn't say.
There's no other information. I'm going to say yes. That's 2 yeses.
Because I think when people ask things like that, they want a yes. Yeah, if they're saying, should I dye my hair? I'm thinking about dyeing my hair, maybe, then that's a different thing. But if you say, should I dye my hair purple? It's because you're thinking about it all the time. Mind you, I got obsessed a while ago with anal bleaching. Just the phrase anal bleaching. And I couldn't stop thinking about it until I thought, oh God, just to get this out of my head, am I going to have to bleach my anus? No, and then I stopped thinking about it.
It would damage your membrane so much.
Yeah, it would.
You're right. I don't want to sit in a bucket of
membrane.
No, I would never do that. But I couldn't stop thinking about it.
The only reason I was hesitant about condoning dyeing your hair purple was that I don't know what colour her hair is, so it might be some unique transparent hair.
Yeah,
I'd hate to deprive the world of that. I don't want to jump the gun, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, also her hair might be purple.
It might be purple. What a waste of money and time.
You're a fucking idiot. Why are you doing it? Yeah.
The consensus on the chat is yes. T. Smith says go for it. My hair is purple and it's bloody great. T. Smith with the hospital problem. So yeah.
Jaunty Allen says don't bleach your anus purple, which I think
very
is
hard
right.
to bleach it purple.
I love that also.
You have to bleach it and then dye it purple.
Bleach your anus purple, Mr. Johnson. I love it.
Right.
It would look very unhealthy though. I might have told you this story, but I once, when I was bored, drew round my belly button in purple pen.
Right.
And I went to the doctor about something else and it had faded and she gave me some cream for it. And you know what the stupid thing is that I used it. I actually put it on there.
Yeah.
And 9 months later, a baby was born.
A purple baby was born.
Well, we've gone full circle.
Everybody.
We've gone full circle from babies being threatened by figurine mice to purple belly buttons bringing forth babies. So I'm going to call time on the evening and say thank you very much, David Reed, for joining us. Lovely to see you.
Oh,
yes.
Thanks, David.
Joining
Thank
in.
you.
Yeah, thanks, Dave.
Pleasure.
Thanks everyone for taking part online. I'm deeply ashamed for swearing online.
I'm deeply ashamed of all of it.
Yes.
I'm
but I am
absolutely
doing autographs.
I'm horrified that I'm not ashamed of it.
We all are.
Well, feel free to watch back or tell other people to watch back, and we'll be back soon. And thank you very much, and thank you to King Rob for being our technical
Yes,
demon.
thank you.
Technical
Yeah,
wizard.
amazing. Even
And
demon.
so, yeah, essentially, we're hostages. He's forcing us all to do it. Thank you very much, everybody. I've had a shocker tonight.
That's a way to thank everyone.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.